Hey, what it is, what's up? It's Miles Mobile, and you tuned in with that One Step Ahead podcast. You feel me? So, look, today, man, today we got an interesting topic that we talking about, man. Woo! Man, it's somewhat of a taboo topic, it's somewhat of a subject matter that people a little iffy on, you feel me? And that's okay, you feel me? But I'm here to kind of break down the science behind being empathic, behind being a highly sensitive individual, and dealing with balancing energies, um, balancing emotions, um, and balancing everything that comes with being highly sensitive. So I'm kind of going to break down the science and what's going on with the body scientifically with the nervous system. We're releasing energy, we're releasing trauma in the body, and things of that nature. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And kind of I really wanted to give a little background on, not a little background, but really just talk about my downtime and kind of the things I've been realizing about my downtime and the things I've learned about myself through this downtime that I'm still experiencing. Um, so I had my first awakening, my first spiritual awakening. I believe it was June 6th of 2024. It was June 6th. I remember waking up in the morning, very early in the morning. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe about 3:30, 3:20 ish, something around there. I remember waking up. I felt this burst of energy, like in my chest, like this burst of energy, like this. Basically, my heart chakra was opening up. And in the moment, I didn't understand what was going on. I knew that I had opened myself up energetically. I knew I opened myself up to different energy, to the cosmos, if you want to call it that. Well, that's what it's called. But um, I opened myself up to a different energy, to a different reality, to a different understanding. Um, and in that moment, like I said, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. In that At that time, I had just moved to St. Louis from the Bay Area, from Oakland, California, and I was living with my mom for like 2 months out of that year until I got my apartment because I was getting my apartment ready and everything for me to move in. So, like I said, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with this burst of energy that was bursting out of my chest, this love, this compassion that was bursting out of my chest, and this deeper understanding that was evolving in me. Um, so I wake up and I'm walking back and forth, pacing the bedroom floor, and I'm trying to be real quiet because I know that they can hear me downstairs when I'm walking, you know. So I'm trying to be real quiet, and I thought I did a good, successful job of not waking them up. But later on, I figured out that they heard me when I was up early in the morning. But anyway, I'm pacing the floor. I'm trying not to wake them up. I'm like, damn, like I'm trying to figure out like how do I ground myself? Like how do you know all of these different methods that I'm learning now? That's helping me and that's going to help me when my sensitivity does come back, and that's helped me in this on this journey very much. Um, but I say that to say like I was trying to figure out what was going on. Like what do I do to stabilize myself? Um, so around 6, 7 o'clock come around, and I hear them moving around downstairs. You know, getting their day kind of started. Um, I say just waking up. I would say get their day started, but kind of waking up, just moving around a little bit. So, like I said, I was going through a spiritual awakening, like a whole different energy, a whole different feeling, a whole different sensitivity. Like, so I uh I go downstairs. I'm talking to my mom about. I go downstairs. I'm like, hey mom, good morning. Blase blase. I just start talking. I honestly forgot exactly what I was saying, but I know I was just telling her just all these different insights and all this different uh, knowledge that I was gaining, that I was being provided, a new understanding that I was being, that I've been working for, and that I was also gifted, if that makes sense. Um, so I'm telling her all this stuff. She's kind of like, "What are you talking about?" uh, I wasn't really going off the walls too much, just saying outlandish things, but it's still not something that the average person could understand. When you're having an awakening and you're releasing trauma, like I said, you lose trauma out the body, and you're having these different understandings, and these different blockages are being released. Um, so she kind of like, we talking about blase blase, and I remember like after that after that moment, um, like I still was trying to kind of figure it out, right? And I had been talking to this therapist that I had booked. I had booked him on Thumbtack initially. Um, Shout out to Lucky, man. He's helped me a lot for sure. He's helped me a lot, like with building a foundation for my emotions and making sure I'm doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm okay. Making sure that I'm good. Um, so I say that to say that after the awakening, I want to say maybe a day later, maybe 2 days later, I had contacted him about getting scheduling a therapy session. And when I scheduled the therapy session, I was telling him that I had my awakening, that I've allowed myself to feel. I've consciously been aware. I've consciously opened myself up to understanding that the things that I feel and the things that I think and the things that I experience isn't always necessarily me. And that's what I was explaining to him, that I had my awakening, like I said. Um, and we talked a little bit about it. He gave me some pointers. I'm kind of drawing a blank a little bit, but he did give me some pointers on like what I should be doing and stuff like that. As far as in that conversation, in that initial conversation, um, but I say all that to say that a spiritual awakening is not peaches and cream. It's not sitting in the middle of a grassy field and none of that. Like it's very it can be very messy. It can be very not messy. It's not. I gotta change my verbiage. It's not messy. It can be very freeing when you're getting over these toxic energies, these releasing these energies in the body. Like it's not. Like I said, it's not always easy. It's not always easy, but it's worth it, and it's something that can be dealt with. And I see multiple people, a lot of people in my life that deal with being highly sensitive, and they deal with it. I mean, I'm in the beginning of my journey, so obviously they deal with it better than I have in the past. And I say that because I went to the hospital, I went to the psych ward due to my spiritual awakening and kind of just trying to stabilize myself in a way, and not knowing how to do it at the time. And I say that to say that I believe that my downtime came from. So I believe that if I was to still be as sensitive as I was in that moment, I honestly do believe that I wouldn't have done the research or done the work to figure out what is going on during a spiritual awakening, what is happening with me at this time. And I think that the heightened sensitivity of me hearing things differently, of me seeing things differently, of me feeling things differently, literally as far as touch and things of that nature, like feeling things differently. I think that I wouldn't have took that time, and I would have been too in my head and too about everything, and I wouldn't have took that time to do the research and to understand what it is that I'm going through with these new and different physical sensations. Um, so I have a couple articles here, and I want to talk about what it means to spiritually awaken. So, with a heightened sensitivity, or with being highly sensitive, comes with being a heightened sensitivity to light and sound. Light and sound bombard our auric field, What was once normal for you, such as attending a concert, a football game, or even going out shopping, becomes stressful and exhausting. When you go home after such events, you are completely wiped out. One trick to help with this is to learn how to retract your auric field and bring it close to you so you are not as bombarded by all those extraneous energies. And like I said, it is a task and it is something that you have to put effort into when it comes to protecting your energy and managing your energy and managing your emotions. Of course, being highly sensitive, you feel the feelings and emotions of others. But with that being said, it comes even more of a responsibility for you to regulate your emotions and regulate what you're going through. Okay, yes, still be observant of what's going on around you. Um, and they say observe, don't absorb. And I understand that quote, but I do believe that to an extent, being able to absorb or resonate with another person's energy or another person's emotions can be or yeah, can be a superpower, can be a asset to you. Um, and I think that we have to. I think that with us being people that done the work to heal, and we do absorb other people's energy. We do have, like I said, we do have to take that initiative to make sure that we're okay. It's up to us to make sure that we're okay. It's nobody else's job. It's nobody else's position in our life to make sure that we're okay, but us. You know. So it says number two, step number two, or symptoms number two of a spiritual awakening: unexplained fatigue or lack of energy. As you go through a spiritual awakening, your physical body makes many shifts, such as clearing out old stuck energies within your organ system, expanding and realigning your chakra systems, and much more. And frankly, that is exhausting. Yes, 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 it is, man. Um, I call it going through the growing pains. Um, Going through them growing pains can be very exhausting because it takes energy to release energy out with the old, in with the new. Um, like I said again, when your body is releasing that toxic energy, it's freeing, it's peaceful, it's a new reality, but at the same time, it can be exhausting. It can be exhausting, like because you've done the work and you're doing the work to release this trauma, to release the things that no longer serve you. You know, so and I'm gonna get into that too, as far as healing and what it means to heal and etc. So it says number four, sudden changes in sleep patterns. Sleep, it can be so elusive at times. You may find that your spiritual mind is also growing, affecting your sleep patterns. If you require a power nap during the day, take it. Your dreams may also change. It is often because your soul works with your spiritual teams in the astral planes. So, as far as sudden changes in sleep patterns, um, being honest, so I'll say this. So, you know what? I did have a change in my sleep patterns. I was gonna say I don't remember having a change in my sleep patterns, but I did. So, like I said before, I believe I spoke on this, but with a spiritual awakening, let me go back up real quick just in case I missed it. Okay, so like I was saying before, I don't think I've had a. I was saying I didn't think that I had any sleep pattern changes, but so of course, right when you're having a spiritual awakening, the veil is thinner, or the connection to the astral plane, or the other side, as people would like to call it, is thinner around 3 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning. And of course, during my waking, I was up, like I said, around 3:30 in the morning, walking, pacing the floor, trying to balance out my emotions and balance out what it was that I was feeling. Um, so my sleeping patterns. So the reason I'm kind of getting stuck a little bit because I went to the, like I said, I went to the psych ward. I believe that I lasted about 4 days with my sensitivity outside of the hospital and outside of taking any medicine and anything like that. But I do remember being in the hospital and waking up at I ain't gonna say 3 in the morning. I don't know exactly what time it was, but I do know that it was dark outside. Nobody else was up, stuff like that. So I do remember waking up and being tired and different things like that. Um, so sleep is something that for sure we do need to take our naps and have that recharge. Everybody should have a recharge, right? Have a recharge of uh, just realigning that energy, refocusing that energy on you. You feel me? Instead of exerting so much energy outwardly. So, number 5. So, it says digestive issues or changes in appetite. Food is a frequency, which is why so many of us will have diet changes. What used to work for us no longer does. Our digestive system also becomes more sensitive. As you ascend in your spiritual growth, your food must also mirror that growth. One way to boost the frequency of your foods is to place your hand under your plate, under the table is fine, and send healing, clearing energy through your food. Okay, for sure. That makes sense. That makes sense. Just as far as obviously the frequency of your food matters, right? What you eat matters. Fruits, vegetables, protein, things like that. It matters, right? Being healthy matters, right? Um, but also just being cognitive or being aware of when you need to eat or when your body is hungry. Because I remember being in the psych hospital and going through the sensitivity, like I'm trying to figure out what is it that I need, right? Like what do I need to do to make sure that I'm okay? And I remember I want to say lunchtime came and we had this chili bowl. Yeah, we had it was, I'm like, the chili bowl was good. It had some chicken in there. I think it had some meat or something in there, some ground beef. It was good. It was cool, cool little chili bowl. But I had the chili bowl I'm eating, and I remember one of the doctors. I forget her name, but shout out to her. It's all love. She walked by and she was like, "See, you need to eat." Like, see, and I ate and I felt more relaxed, more calm. Like, of course, my body was still had to register because we eat now. You know, like calm down, relax. You got what you know. You're getting what you need. Um, but yeah, like for sure, like the way you react to, as far as when it says digestive issues and changes in appetite, like I've had changes in my appetite, and also I've understood that I have to be more aware of when I need to eat, of what my body is telling me, and I need to be more cognitive. I need to talk to self, talk to me. Like I'm my own best friend. So yeah, I need to be more aware of when I need to eat and what my body is telling me. Because when you're highly sensitive, it's not the same as a regular motherfucker. Oh, I'm hungry. I need to eat. You're feeling different energies. You're feeling different. You're feeling you. You're literally feeling you. Literally. And it sounds crazy to say that how you're feeling you, how do you not know when you need to eat? I get it. But what I'm saying is you're feeling you, you're feeling energy, you're feeling a lot of things at one time, and it's okay to feel that way. It is perfectly fine. It is okay. You are loved. You are protected. But what I'm saying is when you're feeling this way and when you're feeling all these different things, it's like you have to literally take your time to breathe, relax, and really talk to yourself. Why am I shaking? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, really talk to yourself and really have that understanding of self because nobody else is going to have an understanding of you but you, you know? So, That's for sure a big thing. Making sure you eat, making sure you on top of your regimen when it comes to eating, when it comes to, like I said, just taking care of yourself. Self care is a big thing for sure. Self care, most definitely. This, okay, yeah, if you're highly sensitive, man, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, man, I didn't know what, man. I'm trying to figure it out. What is going on? So number 6, it says tingling sensations or energy pulsations. Those tingling and energy pulsations have several meanings. One is to clean and clear your body. Another is that your spiritual team is working with you. Hey, for sure. For sure. I can see that. I can understand. Like I said before, right? Like the physical sensation that you feel is your body releasing that tension, releasing that negative energy out with the old and with the new. Like it says, right? Those tingling and energy pulsations have several meanings. One is to clean and clear your body. When you're spiritually awakening, that's what your body is doing. That's why you feel lighter. That's why you feel lighter. You feel a heightened sense of frequency. You feel somewhat of a transitioning kind of feeling, but it's really you're going through a ego change. They call it ego death, but it's an ego change. Your ego is dissolving and rebuilding yourself, and you're like I said, you're coming into these a new realization, a new you, a new reality. So yeah, so release that old, man. Release the old and with the new. So number 7 says frequent headaches or pressure around the crown. Headaches around the crown and third eye chakras are common. The reason is that these two chakras are expanding and tend to call this a third eye headache. I can see how I believe I've had a headache. Like when I was in the hospital, I had a headache, like a sharp headache when I was there. Um, I can't recall if I've had one before I went to the hospital. I kind of really can't recall the one that I had in the hospital, but I know I believe I did have something of that nature. But I do remember my third eye was pulsating. I did feel like this like pulsating feeling. I did feel that, not necessarily a headache all the way. Let me see, what else do I want to speak on when it comes to healing and finding self or spiritual awakening? So that's what I also wanted to say as well. So with this downtime that I've had and with this downtime that I'm having, I believe that this downtime is a it's that cycle, right? I feel like I've been put back in the cycle or back in the loop, I guess you could say, to understand one, what was happening during the awakening and what caused the awakening. Two, understanding that I still have work to do, regardless of if I'm awakening a higher state of consciousness or not. I still have work to do. That's one. Three. I mean, that's two. That's so three. I think also like this downtime also showing me how far I've came. Like man, like I went from lashing out at motherfuckers and just flashing for over stupid shit or shit that was really insignificant to being at peace with self and not caring what nobody thinks about me, not giving a fuck, like, but still being at peace with myself. Like I said, being at peace with myself and not caring what nobody thinks about me. I could give a fuck what you think, you think, you think, you think, or you think. I'll walk around this bitch naked and with no cares in the world. With no cares in the world. Like, I love me. Like, I could give a fuck what you gotta say. I'm the nigga. You feel me? I'm him in my life. You feel me? I'm me in my life. I'm a God. I'm a God. You feel me? It ain't no other way. Like I said, I'm a God. You feel me? Ain't no other way around it. You feel me? I'm me and I'm meant to be me, and I've done the healing process. I'm going through the healing process still. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we never truly end the healing process, but we can ascend in the healing process. You feel me? Um, and that's all I got for y'all for today, man. You know what? It's not all I got for y'all today. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Got something to look up real quick. Give me a second. You know what? That was all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's Miles Mobile. You tuned in with that One Step Ahead podcast. Peace and love, man, to the gods and the goddesses. We out.